Hello there everyone. Today we will talk about the Leetcode hard problem. Question number 3336. Finding the number of subsequent with equal GCD. That is greatest common divisor, right? That is HCF. Okay. In this question, we will be provided an array of nums. Okay. And in that given numbers, we have to find the number of subsequences that can be a pair of subsequences that we can form in such a way that the GCD or HCF of both pair is same. That is, let's say कि if there are two pairs of subsequence, let's say a subsequence is 10 comma uh, uh, there is a subsequence with 10 and the other which must also be having 10, right? Like 20. Okay, and here we take 10 comma 30. So the HCF of this one is 10 and the HCF of this one is also 10. So since both GCD is same, so it is considered as in our answer, that is 1. Okay, so this is considered to be a pair of subsequent. All right, where this 10 20 30 will be given in array of nums. Let's consider our test case, then we will definitely going to understand. Okay, what I'm trying to say. So the given test case was 10 20 and 30. Okay, this is the nums. So we have to find a pair of subsequence whose GCD is same, right? So one of the effective way is memoization and dynamic programming. Why so? I will show you with this test case why we need a dynamic programming here, because you will see there will be maximum overlapping of the bit of the middle process, you see, and we already know where there will be overlapping and the overlapping. So there we used to concept of dynamic programming because it is used effectively by storing the answer, right? So also if you used this code, right, if you use this code in Java, or if you tried the same code in Java, it will show that time limit exceeded, right? I tried many times, but still it didn't pass. Only I think 30 test cases were left out of 600 something. But when I used in C++, it runs and it got submitted also. So I think in Java we need to do in 2D DP, but in C++ it runs and it got submitted. So what the idea behind is that is simple. We will start with uh, an empty sequence, right? We will first initialize with an empty sequence, and we will iteratively we will put the subsequence, we will put a number in it, and it's like a pick or not pick, right? First I will put a number in it. Initially it will be 0. Okay, there is no subsequence, so both subsequence I will mark at 0. Starting it will be 0. You can consider subsequence as an integer. What I am going to do is that initially it will be 0, once the number is put here, I will there then and there only I will find the GCD of the number previous and the entering number, and the result will be stored in this sequence 1. Let's consider it as a sequence 1 and this is as a sequence 2. So at last, when I will see that both the GCD sequence, both the GCD of both the sequence is same, so it will return as true and it will be counted as a proper pair, and it will be, and so the answer got incremented. Yes, this pair is valid, right? So what I am going to do, key in starting both pair, both integer, okay, I am taking it as an integer. So both integer, sequence 1 is also an integer, sequence 2 is also integer. I am taking both as integer. So the moment I will put as 10, I will compare this, I will find the GCD of both the number, and I will put I will store it in S1, and similarly in S2. Okay, I will do the same. What's the idea behind this? So the idea behind is in such a way, let's take a test case. Okay, let's take a first test case, that is 1 2 3 4. So in reality what we have to do, we have to just find the groups, right? A sequence, what is a subsequence, right? What is a subsequence? The sequence part of this whole the sequence part of this big number, right? It is subsequence. So if the two subsequences common GCD, then it will be a proper pair. So we have to find the all types of pairs. Okay, let's make a pair then which have common GCD. Okay, first a pair is 1, and in pair 1 I am putting this, and pair 2 here. Okay, in pair 1 I am putting 1, and in pair 2 I am putting 2 comma 3. What do you say? So here the GCD is 1, and here the GCD is also 1, so it is as a output, right? Second, I am putting 1 here only, and here 3 4. What do you say? This is also an answer, because both have GCD is equals to 1, and here GCD is also equals to 1. Now again I am taking all the GCD possible starting with 1. Okay, in this pair starting with 1. What about 2 3 4 whole? Here is also GCD 1, GCD 1. Okay, now what if I do 1 comma 2 here and 3 comma 4 here? So GCD, it is still 1. Here the GCD is still 1, so it is still an valid output. Okay, now what of 1 comma 4 and 2 comma 3? Still GCD 1, GCD 1, right? So another valid pair, I think done, right? It's all possible. If I do 1 comma 3 then 2 comma 4, no, it will be the GCD will be 2 here, right, of 2 comma 4 if I do. So if I do 1 comma 3 and 2 comma 4, the GCD will be 2 here, HCF will be 2, so it's not a pair, right? It is invalid pair, so it is not counted. Okay, now I will start with pair with 2. Okay, now 2 comma 3 and 1 comma 4. This is also a subsequence, right? Now the GCD is 1 and it is still 1. All right, now what about if I do like this? 2, 3, 4, and in this subsequence I take only 1. It is still valid, right? Okay, then what I do with 3 comma 4 and 1 is still correct, right? Now what if I do like this, 3 comma 4 1 comma 2, still the GCD is same, right? And what if I do 3 comma 3 comma 4 1 comma 2 is done, right? Huh. And there any other possible value? What if I do with 2 comma 3 here and only 1 here? This is also a valid output. So as you can see, you already know the subsequence, right? This is also subsequence. Subsequence is not necessary to be taken together, right? uh, any by adding by taking any group, forming any group, it is a part of subsequence. Only the constraint is that we have to take from this group only, that is subsequence. And if we take together, when it is when there will be a necessary thing that we have to take in sequence only, then that is called it's not like substring, right, where we take the whole portion together. We have to take that portion together. We have to take a subsequence. Hope you already know. If you don't know, kindly google it. Okay, so I have to find this all groups, right? This all valid groups, and we have to, here the answer will be what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. The answer will be 10. Okay, so we have to find this way only. Now let's see how this problem comes under the dynamic programming. I will do the dry run of the code which I have uh, written over here. Okay, as you already seen, what I am trying to do is that I am just picking a number. As you already know, there are some number which are same, right? Like 2 comma 3 2 comma 3 1 comma 4, but it is 1 because I haven't considered 4 here also. I haven't considered 4 but still it is an answer, right? So as you can see, in subsequence, for to find the valid subsequence, what I am trying to do over here, uh, there can be the three ways to form a subsequence. Either I can leave a particular element of the index, or I can count it. I take it, and the moment I take it, I find the GCD of that number and the current number, whatever the number is already present over here. Okay, so that means the moment I am introducing a new number over here, let's say already 2 is here, right? The moment I do 3 here, uh, I can immediately find out the GCD and store in G2 or second, whatever the variable name is, second, right? So its name is second. So the moment I introduce, let's say when I will uh, compare with 4, when I will try to add 4, I will immediately compare the 1 which is the resulting answer of this with 4, and I will find the GCD, and again what will be the answer will be the 1 only. Then the answer will be stored in what, in second. Okay, so first portion, there may be a solution, there may be a pair where a particular element doesn't exist. So the first choice is we do not take an element. So if I want to take an element, then I am taking it in my first subsequence, right? So here I am adding a number in my first sequence, and immediately I am finding the GCD and storing the result in the first variable. In take 2, I am taking in my second sequence. We have two sequence, right? I can take this number 10 either in this sequence or in this sequence, or I don't consider it. Let 10 go. I will take 20. I will not take 10 in any of the sequence, right? So let's see the dry run of the code. Okay, so the 10. Okay, first find the solution. What is the possible values of this? Okay, so how many pair can be formed? Let's say here it is 10, and in first sequence I am taking 10, in second sequence I am taking 20. It is possible? No. 20 comma 30, the GCD is 10 and the GCD is 10. Yes, it is valid pair. Okay, and the next pair will be 20 comma 30. Okay, and here it will be 10. Believe me, you can try it on yourself. You will find only these two pairs. Now I'm going to do with a dry run. Okay, initially the both two sequences will be initialized as 0. Okay, it is what is called, it is first and it is second variable. Okay, both are initialized as 0. Okay, then I am taking 10. The moment I introduce 10, either I can add it to, either I can store in first by comparing 10 with the current one, that is 0, or that means I am taking what is the GCD of 10 comma 0? It is 10, right? So the HCF of 10 comma 0 is 10. Whatever the number is, if it is the second number is 0, then the incoming number will be the HCF. So if I try to add a number first, if I try to introduce 10 in my first variable, so the current is 0 and the incoming is 10, the resulting will be 10, right? And the second sequence is 0. Second sequence is 0. Now what if I try to add number 10 in second one? So it will be like first one will be 0 and the second will be like 10 comma 0. Of course it will be 10, and the first option was to leave as it is. I do not select 10 in my either of the pair. Okay, now initially it was a pair 0 comma 0. Okay, now it has divided into three groups. The first, I do not use 10 in any of the pair. I used 10, I compare it with 0, the result was 10, and the second was still 0. Okay, because I didn't add it in second subsequence. And now next time I am adding 10 in second sequence, and the resulting GCD of the subsequence is 10, and the first one is I didn't add it 10, right? Now here, now I'm trying to add 20 in first subsequence. Okay, no, first again I am trying to avoid 20, so it's still 0 comma 0. Second thing, I'm trying to add 20 in my left, and that is first subsequence, so the result will be 0 comma 20. So the SCF of 0 comma 20 is 20, right? Now the second will be still 0. Now what if I try to add 20 in my second subsequence? The first one will be 0, second one will be 20. 0 comma 20 is 20. Hope so you are getting, right? How I get it 20 comma 0? The first subsequence is 0, second subsequence is 0. If I add 20 here, that is, if I add 20 here to 0 comma 20, what is the SCF? 20, right? So it will become 20. Here I didn't consider it, so it will be 0. I am doing only three things. Either I add in a first portion, first subsequence, or I add the number in second subsequence, or I didn't add that number. Okay, now again okay, now again it's for 30, right? Index 3. Again I try to avoid 30. I didn't consider it in my either of the subsequence. Second thing, I added 30 in my left one, so 30 comma 0, and the third one is I added 30 in the second subsequence, so it became 0 comma 30. Now it's over. Its GCD is same, but it is 0, so I will not consider it. The GCD must be same and it must not be equals to 0, right? Now here GCD is same, no. Here GCD is same, no. So this whole loop's gone. Now in this portion, I am adding 30. I am first neglecting 30, okay? So 20 comma 0 will be the only one. Alright, the second will be uh, I add 30. So 20 comma 30, the SCF of 20 comma 30 is 10, right? So it will become 10 comma 0. What if I add 30 to the second side? So 20 comma 30, because 0 comma 30, SCF of 0 comma 30 is 30. So the result is like this, two subsequence 20 comma 30. Both GCD is not same, so it is not considered. Here it is also not considered. Same with this also. Now let's add let's for this group. Now if I do 30 with this one, so 30 comma, no, for first of all I will avoid, right? So 0 comma 20 will remain as it is. Okay, now second thing, 30 comma 20, it became 30 comma 20, right? Because 0 comma 30 SCF is 30. Now if I do 30 on this side, so it becomes 0 comma 10, because 30 comma 20 SCF of 30 comma 20 is 10. So it is this. Neither of these three pair has both same GCD, so all three will be discarded, right? Now let's do it. I will move the upper part. Now it's time for 10 comma 0. Okay, let's do 10 comma 0. Let's do here 10 comma 0, right? Or I can do here only. That's not the page. If I do 10 comma 0, now the first portion is for 20, right? So I will add 20 here. So for 10 comma 0. Okay, first I will try to avoid it, so it will be as 10 comma 0. Then the second thing, I will add 20 here, so it is still 20 comma 10, SCF is 10. And what if I do 20 here, to 20 comma 0 is 20, right? And what if I do okay, first of all I have avoided. Now second thing, I have done 20 here, right? Now what if I do 20 here? So it will be like 10 comma 0 only, because 10 comma 20 both have the SCF of 10 comma 20 is 10 only, right? So as you can see, right, numbers are matching. Now what I will do now it's time for 30. So 30. Now again, what if I do 10 comma 0? We don't add 30 in either pair. What if I add 30 over here? So it will still be a 10 comma 0, right? Because 30 comma 10, 10. What if I add 30 here? So it becomes 10 comma 30. Neither of the pair, as you can see, neither of the pair has same GCD, so it's all got discarded. Now I will add 30 over here. It is still as 10 comma 20. What if I add 30 here? So it will become 10 comma 10. One pair I got it. What if I add 30 neither of them? So it will still as 10 comma 20 and it will be discarded. Okay, I got one pair. Okay, so the pair is 10 comma 20, then 30. Means I got a pair. Okay, okay, now it's time for this one. If I add 30 over here, then it is still 10 comma 0. What if I do 30 over here? Then it will be as 10 comma 30. What if I didn't add 30 in either of them? So it will be as 10 comma 0. All three are discarded. I got one solution, right? I remember it. Now it's time for 0 comma 10. This one I will do here only. So I am, first of all I will ignore 20. So it will be as 0 comma 10. Next thing, I will add 20 in first my element, so 20 comma 10. Now second thing, now I will add 20 in second number, right? So it will be 0 comma 10 only, because 10 comma 20, the LCM of 10 comma 20 is 10. Now it's time for 30. First thing, I will avoid 30, so 0 comma 10. It is still as it is. Now I will add 30 on the left hand side, so 30 comma 10. The thing got. Now second, adding 30 to second one, it will be as 0 comma 10 only. All three are discarded because no GCD is same. Now it's time for this 20 comma 10. Now if I didn't consider 30 here, so 10 comma 20, 20 comma 10. If I add 30 over the left, it will be as 10 comma 10. I got second pair, and the two pair is only, we got the answer. Let's see forward also. And what if I add 30 over the next one? Then it will be as 20 comma 10. Now here 0 comma 10, 0 comma 10. So 30, if I didn't consider any of thing, so it will be as 0 comma 10. What if I add 30 over the left? So 30 comma 10. What if I add 30 to the right? So it will be 0 comma 10 as it is. So neither pair. So we got one pair here and one pair there, so that is 2. So the answer is 2. Touching a small test case, the in recursion it becomes a complex, right? Okay, so we have seen how we have done, right? This I tells what is my current status. This first tells what is the first subsequence. It denotes the answer of the first subsequence. Second, it denotes the answer of the second subsequence, right? What is the current GCD of the second subsequence? Okay, I am starting from here. I am starting from 0th index. Nums 0 comma 0 is the initialization. Both subsequents have 0 0 initialization. Okay, now what I will do, I will skip first, then first and second will be remain same. In take 1, I try to add a number in my first one. So the moment I try, I will find the GCD and store in first, then and there only, and leaving behind second as same. Similarly with tech 2, I will leave first as same, and in I will add the number in second, and the result will be added in second variable. Okay, now as done, I will call it recursively, and I will add all those three ways and return it. Since the answer can be too long, I am taking it mod over here, and I have already explained why I am doing 0 LL, because maybe the number is too large, right? So what I'm by adding 0 LL, this will make the all variable into a long, because there may be a possibility that the skip is an integer, right? It can't hold the bigger value. So the moment I add with 0 LL, it will make it of long type. Then I have done the modulo also. Since it is of integer, I think I have to typecast it as integer. Then the moment it gets outward, it will be done the typecast again into the integer, and it will be stored in DP. Okay, DP of size 3, because the first one is for current the first and type the first one denotes the index, second one denotes the at particular index the GCD, all possible values of GCD of subsequence 1, and this denote that of particular index and any particular GCD, what is the GCD of second one or second subsequence. So in this way I am trying to store the answer, I have already shown the overlapping how it is overlapping the problem, why I have used dp over here. Okay, hope you got it. So this was all about. The question was not hard, I guess it was of medium only. Okay, but for Java it won't run. I think you have to convert it into the 2D array. Okay, so this was all about.